this around. I made this tenon a little bit bigger than what I normally would like, but it'll be okay. We'll be able to use it. Yeah, we're okay here. All right. Oh! So, give it a spin, make sure that our clearance is good. Also, what I need to do, sharpen up my half-inch bowl gouge. This will only take a second. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. So, we're going to get this front edge here cleaned up. And you'll notice that the inside of the bowl is higher, prouder than the outside of this bowl. What I'm going to do, rather than starting from the outside and getting beat up working my way across, I'm going to start on the inside, take some light cuts, just even out that edge. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Yeah, we're looking good here. So you'll notice I always keep that tool really close to my body, and I'm just kind of using my body. I'm not even really using my arms a whole lot. I'm just dictating the cut by where my body position is. I'm going to go back out, clean up this edge here. Making a pretty heavy cut there. Let's see what we've got. Yep, I think this is going to be just fine. A little bit more off the edge. Got a knot in here. Yeah, right there. See that guy? We'll see how he dresses out here. See what we've got. Alright, this is shaping up. This is going to work out okay. I'm going to make a little thumb ring here for it. Alright. Alright. I'll go back out and just kind of finish up the outside shape while I still have the mass on the inside. Get that shape exactly where I want it. Then we're going to finish off the inside. You know, I meant to tell you earlier, some of you were talking about our platinum discs and how much you liked them. They've really gone over. They're really a favorite for a lot of people. And now we've got the platinum discs in starter kits in both the 3-inch size, or the 3 3/8 size, and the 2 3/8 size. So platinum discs are now available in both 2 3/8 and 3 3/8. They come with 5 discs of 80, 120, 180, 220, 320, and 400, as well as a radius interface pad, firm, a tapered interface pad, which is also firm, and then a orange medium density radius interface pad, as well as a soft interface pad, and of course the backup pad itself. So you have everything that you need to kind of get started. It's a great way just to sample out the system without breaking the bank. This is the original starter starter kits right here. Vince's woodenwonders.com. Alright, back to business. Let's get our outside shape exactly where we want it. We still have the mass on the inside, so I know we're still good there. This bowl has moved since we had it flipped the other direction. So we've got a little bit of vibration here. It's a little bit, it's not quite as round as it was before. To the inside. All right, got the outside shaped up nicely. Got a little bit of tear out on this edge here. I'm going to clean that up, take care of the inside, get to sanding. Stay with me. So let me take a moment and explain how I go about removing the mass out of the inside of a bowl. A lot of people, some people just go ahead and start taking cuts. I like taking it in sections, and that way I can kind of refine the area in which I'm working on to make sure it's exactly right before I move on to the next area. So that's how I go about doing things. Strokes for folks, different people do it different ways. I get it. It's getting a little dusty in here. I'm going to pull up dust collection, clean up some of this air. Stand by. Okay, so we've had a little bit of more of an issue with this. I don't know if you can see if I can position it here. Right here, we had this area that was a little bit drier than I first thought it was. We had a little bit of fallout from that, so that's going to change the nature of some things here. We need to repair this. So let me figure out the best way to go about doing this. Alright, so what I've got here is some mineral oil. I just keep it in a ketchup bottle type of situation. And I just kind of pour it on the bowl itself to kind of lubricate the fibers. You know, when I shave beginning of the day, I generally don't take a dry razor to my face and start shaving. I usually use something to condition the fibers. It's no different here. It's just wood as opposed to skin and hair. So that's what I'm going with. We're going to address the outside. I'm going to go ahead and start with 80 grit. You know, I turned this quickly. I didn't spend a lot of time refining the cuts. It's pretty rough at best. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and turn on dust collection, being that we are going to be sanding. Also, with the wet sanding, with the mineral oil, this is going to help keep air a little bit cleaner. It's going to make the shavings fall more towards the ground as opposed to becoming airborne because we've got that moisture attached to the piece itself. I'm going to turn on the air just and you'll notice I'm dragging the piece behind, probably more at a 8:30, 8 o'clock position as opposed to a straight up 9 o'clock. And by doing so, I'm in a more relaxed position. Again, I'm using my hips. So my arms really aren't moving a whole lot. It's a very relaxed position using the Sanding Wonder. And I can see right away some areas that are a little bit lower. So areas that need a little bit more attention. Of course, it's going to be more on the end grain or the cross grain as I call it. And but we haven't hardly spent any time with this. Let's continue on. See, I've got, it's almost a powdery dust type of material, almost like a clay, and it's on the bed waves. This is a result of wet sanding. A huge advantage, very nice. If you're used to dry sanding and you haven't wet sand, might want to think about this because this is just a huge, there's some huge advantages. The other thing is I've got a little bit of buildup here on my disc, and people say, geez, what about the buildup on the disc? Well, what about it? Because one of two things, either, you know, it's going to dry and flake off. I can take some compressed air right now and start blowing it off. See area that I hit with the air compressor, or you can use a rubber crepe block. It comes right off. So these discs, these are the GreenFlex discs. They have a stearate coating on which prevents the clogging to begin with. So we're all good. Let's continue on. Hit it one more time here with some 80. Initially, I was going to sand just the outside and come back and hit the inside, but I think we're going to go ahead and do it all at the same time. So let me go ahead and address the inside of the bowl. The sanding speed was probably somewhere between 600–700 RPM. Crank up the speed again. Somewhere probably closer to 700 RPM. Get a little air going. See what it looks like without the dust collection going on here. You can see we've really worn on this 80 grit here. Let me hit it with some air. Here we go. Still got quite a bit of bite here. I've allowed a lot of the wet buildup to build up just on the edge because I didn't want to kick it out and have it fling towards the camera.